Righto. The GoPro ran out of battery when I was over there. So I've taken the door off and attacked it with the stripping wheel on the grinder. And it's, it's coming up pretty good. Good enough for etch primer to stick. The bottom's really good. I just had to tread carefully around the little plastic inserts there for the door rubber, because I'm not replacing them. And when I tried to pop one out, it just wouldn't have a bar of it. So I'll just rough them up a little bit when the time comes to put some primer on, some etch primer. But I'm really happy with the doors. There's a few little holes in there. I'll sleep on it tonight about what I'm going to do with them. Because like I said before, with the other little pinholes there, I think I'm just going to treat it and bog it, because, yeah, at the end of the day, trying to get it done. Who's trying to ring me? Don't know. I'll let them leave a message. So yeah, don't know about that one. And this black, this rattle can black or whatever it is that they put on it, just gummed up the sandpaper when I tried to rub it back. So that's why I've gone back to bare metal, because it's just as easy. Just attack it with the bloody stripper disc, and yeah, it's kind of going to be okay. Still got all the little fiddly bits to get into. I've got other little attachments to get into these bits, but yeah, I'm going to have to call it quits for today, because it's I've got to go up to the house and do some meal prep for tacos tonight. Promised the wife I'd be all over that, and bring some washing in off the line and all of the domestic goodness. So before I go, some people who have used these things on acrylic paint before, you've noticed they gum up quite a bit. What I do is just head over to my bench grinder, cleans them up a bit, get into it a little bit more, but yeah, you sacrifice a little bit of your stripper disc, but at least you got a usable surface, not just a great big gumball. So I'm going to leave it there for today. Not bad. Back is starting to tell me I need a painkiller or two, so I'll put the doors down, wash my hands, and yeah, resume another day. Yesterday I started stripping the door, get it ready for some etch primer, do a few little repairs on it. So that's what I'll be focusing on right now. I've got I don't know, a couple of hours. The wife and son have gone to visit a friend, so yeah, I get to come back down in the shed for a little bit. But alrighty, these pinholes. Now I'm going to weld them up, and I've got a bit of copper here that I've flattened out from just an elbow, copper elbow from Ht 10, and just switch hands here. What I'm going to attempt to do, this will be about the second time I've tried this, so slip it in under there as tight as I can get it, and yes, just see how useful this copper is at sort of stopping things from getting out of hand while I spot these up. But anyway, we'll give it a go. I'll show you the results. Alright, you're probably going to get blinded here, but I don't know, I thought I'd film it anyway, and we'll see if I can do it wearing gloves. Very little feeling in here. You've got to get the copper right up against the hole, so let's see. starting to blow away in an area where the copper can't reach. So I'll just have to chase it. I've started it now. I thought this is going to be pretty much the same amount of time involved in bolting it up and sanding it back. So anyway. Well, I think I got it. I got that one anyway. There's two more to do here. It's very thin. Not bad, not great, but anyway. There's one more spot to fill. I'm wondering if I just leave it. Because quite frankly, what's a HKTG door without a little bit of rust in it? So, no, I'll fill it. We'll see how we go. Yeah, righto. Not bad. At the end of the day, it's better than bog. So. I'll get the camera and show you what I'm left with. So, not too bad. Grind that down, and I mean the rest of it, it's a pretty good door. In all honesty, like. This is actually a really good door as far as rust goes. So, yeah, I thought, oh well, I'll fill them up, grind them back, treat the inside, and yeah, that'll be that. So, once I turn the door around, had a bit better look. I don't know if you can see it. I thought it was just the witness mark of the hinge, but that's a crack in there. So I'm going to just zap it up, grind it back, and hope for the best. Alrighty, well, that's what it looks like after giving it a hit with the MIG and grinding disc and flappy disc afterwards. I don't know how well you can see it. The lines that you see there, that's pretty much, I don't know what you call it, the edge of the weld, that where I haven't really ground it flush yet. I'm not going to worry about it, I'll leave it like that. This corner, don't know what the light is like, but yeah, once that's covered in some primer filler, she'll just blend in with the rest of the wrinkles pretty much. So not bad, I'm happy. What I'm going to do now, I don't know if I've got enough memory left on the SD card in this thing, but I'm going to drag this outside and just hit all these little corners and crevices just with the sandblaster, and then yeah, I'll just mask it up and put some primer on. Righty, you can laugh at the mask, but it's better than nothing. I used up all my other masks when I was sort of doing the roof on the Brown, but I don't know, I scored this from the I don't know, the GP's office a little while ago, so I thought, bugger it, if it'll stop corona, maybe it'll stop a bit of dust. But yeah, mask up when you're sandblasting, and the full face shield, because you'll just get sprayed with shit. So my wife got me this for Christmas a couple of years ago. It's been sitting in a box until this year. Holds a fair bit of sand, and yeah, it works well. Like when you got the pressure, all I've got to run it at the moment is this little jobby, and it is nowhere near big enough for anything really, except for pumping up tyres and maybe doing one panel at a time. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now, but I'll have to get a lend of the old man's compressor or something when I start getting serious. But anyway, the door came up pretty good just with the stripper disc. So I'm just going to get into all these areas. I'll leave these little rubbers alone. They're going to be hidden under the rubber anyway. So yeah, I'll just get in here and in here, etc. Stay tuned. Righto, I've just finished sandblasting the door, just in all the little nooks and crannies, and yeah, these things are bloody great. Like, even with a tiny compressor like mine, if you're patient enough, when it sort of builds up a full head of air, you can, I don't know, you've got probably 10 seconds of where you can really rip into stuff, and then as the pressure drops off, yeah, obviously the flow dies down, and you can kind of be surprisingly precise with, yeah, where you're stripping. So just around these little door rubber inserts, I gave it just a quick hit, and it's different from a grinder where you can't see what's going on underneath the disc. With a sandblaster you can see exactly what's going on with your surface. But yeah, it got into all the little nooks and crannies, and the downside is you will get sand everywhere. Do it outside, or set some tarps up in your shed, because you'll end up with, yeah, it'll look like Bondi Beach by the time you're finished. And be really thorough with blowing everything out, cleaning it, vacuuming all the little nooks and crannies in your doors or panels or whatever you're working on, because yeah, it finds its way into secret hiding spots, and can and will come out as soon as you pull the trigger on a spray gun. So yeah, alright, I'll leave it there and drag it inside and clean her up, get rid of all this sand. Righto, well, I've literally ducked down to the shed to blow on another coat. It's been about 2 hours since the last one. I'm in my bloody bluey PJs, but the boys are asleep, the wife's gone out. I've got the monitor just outside with the volume turned up, because that's where reception ends. See if we can't sort of get this finished tonight. The wet on wet sort of procedure. If this was the middle of summer, I wouldn't leave it for a couple of hours, but because it's like, I don't know, it'll be about 11 degrees at the moment, so we should be pretty good. But I'm going to put on another, probably just one coat of primer, and then I'll put the heaters on it, and then duck up to the house, check on the young fella and grab another beer, and then come back and put some colour on. I think I'll focus mainly on the areas where you're going to grab the door, or where the door gets the most abuse. So anyway, here we go. Bella, you get over there. Go on, back. Good girl, back. Good girl. No, get back. I don't want to paint you. Oh, try and get these real thin spots that I missed before. Oh, that was heavy. Oh well. Rightio. Now I got a feeling there's a whole heap of footage that got lost. I think I pressed the button on the GoPro and I pressed it for the wrong amount of time, and there was a whole heap of footage. I think it's been lost of like pretty much laying down the etch primer, going for a wander over there and having a look at the door jamb and bloody yeah, whole heap of footage I think got lost. But anyway, I won't know until I plug this thing into the computer and see what I got. Alright, stay tuned. Alrighty, second coat. A little pinhole there where the weld repair was, but I'm not too concerned about that. Alrighty. I wonder if I got enough for a third. Yeah, I got enough for a third. Alright, I'll let that flash off for another half hour and then yeah, empty the gun. Alright. Next day, drag the door out into the sun, have a closer look. And not too bad. Not too many dry spots. Well, there's one little dry spot sort of along the door frame there. You can't really see it, but that'll do. So the wife had a big night last night. She's in bed having a nap while Logan is having a nap. So I'll carry on with something that doesn't make much noise, and that is scraping this shit off. So I'll get into it. Don't know how long this will take me, but yeah.